Hey guys, it's Gameface here and welcome back to another little bit of a different video. Now, if you didn't see the video I did the other day of Manchester City, then what I've been doing recently is trying out a few different sort of FIFA 18 experiment type videos. Now, you've obviously seen a few different ones from very different people. I've decided to do a Manchester City one a couple of days ago, and also I'm doing this one today, which is going to be testing to see whether the team that Liverpool had in the 2013-14 season could have actually won the Premier League. Now, that's obviously the team with Suarez in. That's the main reason I wanted to do it. I wanted to see whether we could bring that team and try and hopefully win the league title this time round. So we've got Suarez obviously playing up front for us, and quite a strong team all round, to be honest. Obviously a few players here and there not fantastic. We don't have everybody also in this squad as well, so no Colo Torres, so a little bit light at centre back, and no Steven Gerrard, so a little bit light in midfield as well. So hopefully no slip ups. I had to do that. That's on the notes. Sorry. Let's move on now, though, and have a look at the rest of the team we've got. And this is obviously the starting 11. I've got Mignolet, Moses, Skirtle, Sacco, Glenn Johnson at left back. I mean, don't have that many options, so I've gone with it. We'll wait and see how he gets on throughout the season. Henderson, obviously Lucas there as well. Probably should sort those guys around. And Joe Allen in midfield. We've got Raheem Sterling, Suarez, and Coutinho as our front three. And this is the bench I've actually gone with a goalkeeper on the bench, which is very rare for me. I usually don't go with one, but that's how much we're struggling a little bit for players. It's not a very big squad, so it's going to be very, very tough to try and win the league title with this team. We're going to see what sort of trophies we can win. Hopefully we can get the league title. We'll have to wait and see. Now, for those who don't know how these series work out, basically I sim up to January with this side. We see how we get on at like the halfway point of the season. Then I sim to the end of the season, and then I play sort of the final game of the season or whatever it is at the end of the season. So we'll see how it goes. We've got no sort of Europa League or Champions League or anything to play in through this season. It's only 3 competitions, which should hopefully make things a little bit easier on the squad, but still it's a very, very small squad. We've got a lot of different players here, obviously, and that can hopefully help us out, but yeah, not loads. So we'll have to wait and see. It's only a 23-man squad. Hopefully, though, we can get ourselves the league title come the end of the season. Maybe a bit ambitious, but we'll wait and see. Before we get into today's video, though, if we could try and hit 100 likes, I'd really appreciate it. Also, feel free, if you're new to the channel, to go ahead, hit the subscribe button as well down below, and that'd be absolutely fantastic. Trying to hit 15,000 subscribers at the moment, so I'd really appreciate it if you could go ahead and click that button. We're not too far away. Let's crack on with today's video, and let's start to basically sim to January now. We're going to see how we get on in the first stage of the year. Hopefully get ourselves in a good position going to the second half of the year, but things can change anyway, even if you don't start the season particularly well. So we're going to sim up to this game now against Burnley. That's on the 1st of January. We'll actually sim up to the day later just so we play that game. And yeah, let's see how we get on. Hopefully get ourselves into a good position. Okay, so we've got into January now, and it's not a good sign that we've just lost to Burnley away 2-1. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. I imagine that after a few injuries and suspensions, this team is going to be very, very difficult to, I think, put a good team together, to be honest. So we'll see exactly how we've got on. It's going to be difficult, but it might be an interesting end to the season if we're not in a good position right now, which I suspect we might not be. We'll quickly take a look at, in fact, or not. Okay, Coutinho's the top goal scorer in the Premier League, so maybe we've still got a chance. Suarez on 8. Surprisingly, Suarez not actually the highest. Sterling on 7 as well, so that front three's been working really well. That's good to see. We'll take a look at the league table in a second. But yeah, that's actually quite impressive. That's a good sign, even though we lost to Burnley recently. So we'll take a look at the league table now. I'm hoping that Suarez is able to just carry us through, along with Coutinho, obviously, as part of our front three. But it's just our defence. What's our defence been like? And we are 8th, so it's not dreadful. Obviously, it could be worse. We're not actually that far away from the top 4, 7 points, which can definitely be, we can definitely do something about that anyway, come the end of the season. So yeah, not in a terrible position. Obviously, 9 wins from 22 isn't great, but yeah, there's definitely room for improvement. I think the issue right now appears to be that we're not scoring enough goals, actually, and probably conceding a few too many as well. Goal difference of 6 is not one of the greatest ones on there, but at least it's positive, unlike some of the teams below us. But still, you'd be hoping to do a little bit better. Currently, Swansea, Stoke and Brighton in the relegation zone. Man City leading the way. Man City 14 points in front, so that's looking difficult now to win the league title. So yeah, we'll wait and see how we get on. We've got to win a lot of matches come the end of the season to be able to do that. And we will see what competitions we're still in as well. I think the FA Cup's just about to start, so we're still in that one. And I've also found out Coutinho's out for 2 months, so it's not going to help us. Okay, how did we get on in the other cup? We went out to Leeds. My own team, we went out to in the round of 16, then Leeds got knocked out by West Brom. That's not the greatest result for us to only get into the round of 16, then get knocked out by Leeds. You'd have thought with players like Suarez in the team we'd be able to beat Leeds, but maybe not. They do have the quality, obviously, at Elland Road, so obviously they got through, won the game 2-1. So we got knocked out of that cup. We are obviously still in the FA Cup because that's just about to begin, so it's a good start that we're actually in that. And yeah, I think we're not a fantastic position, 8th in the league, but yeah, there's room for improvement. That's what I'm going to put it down to. Hopefully we can improve come the end of the season, but I think injuries are just going to get worse, to be honest. But we'll set up to the final game of the season, I think, now. We'll quickly actually take a look at assists as well. I'm curious to see how he gets on with assists in the Premier League. Because we do have 3 players in the top 25, which isn't too bad. Assists-wise, who's given us the assist? Jordan Henderson's on 4. That's our highest. That's not good. Must be spread around the team quite a lot because that's the only player in the top 25. Anyway, let's sim our way to the final couple of games of this season. I don't know whether I'm going to play the game against Brighton, actually. I'd rather play a game against Chelsea, to be honest. So we'll sim up to there. We'll see exactly what happens. Maybe we get into a final, although, to be honest, I doubt we probably will come the end of the season. But we'll see what sort of fixtures get rearranged, that sort of thing, and we might play Chelsea rather than Brighton. Okay, so we simmed up to get up to the game against Chelsea, and it turns out we do actually have a cup final to play against Arsenal by the looks of it, in the FA Cup. So that's fluky, definitely, because that means we can sim the final 2 league games. I'll actually play the Arsenal game to finish off, obviously, the season and see how we get on with, hopefully, some silverware, because it doesn't seem like we've won the league. How did we get on against West Brom? I mean, yeah, that's probably summed up our season, I think. So what we're going to do is we'll sim up to the game against Arsenal now. We'll go past the games against Chelsea and Brighton, hopefully get victories in those games, and then that'll obviously determine where we finish in the league title race. Hopefully we've got a little bit closer than 8th. Well, judging by the West Brom result, probably not. We'll have to wait and find out, though. I suspect we've had a few more injuries along the way, and so that's probably harmed us a lot. Hopefully, though, most of the team hopefully going to be available for the game against Arsenal. I'll wait and find out. The last thing I want to do is have some sort of like skeleton team that I have to play with, where we just have players with like half energy or just injured. So we'll have to wait and see anyway. Obviously looking forward to the final against Arsenal. It'll be good to try and get ourselves some silverware there as well. How did we get on against Chelsea then? Lost to Chelsea, won against Brighton. Okay, so not in the greatest of forms, 65 manager rating. Yeah, I don't think we're doing very well in the league. Let's take a look. We're in the final though, so we're in the final of the FA Cup. That's all I'm bothered about. But yeah, we were trying to obviously win the league with this team. This was kind of the experiment to see whether we could win the league with this team, and we have finished in 8th. We did not move. On 54 points. In the end, 25 points off first place Tottenham, who won it. Man City dropped down to 3rd, although they're only 4 points behind Tottenham. So, yeah, got pretty close actually in the top 4, but other than that, everyone else kind of dropped off. And, yeah, there was not too many points between us and 6th place, but Arsenal a little bit further ahead. So, yeah, we didn't manage to push on as much as I'd hoped. Finished 8th, didn't finish 1st, which is also what we're trying to do. Obviously not helped out by the size of the squad at all, but it was going to be very, very interesting to see whether we did get there or not. We didn't. We were a little bit off in the end, 25 points. And we got a final though against Arsenal, so you know it's not all bad. We've got most of our players by the looks of it that can play here, albeit quite a deflated squad. Glenn Johnson's gone down by 2, Suarez down by 1. Sterling I think has gone up by 2 though, so that's not that bad. But yeah, we've got, I think, a fully fit team. We do have this team now to play against Arsenal. I think I'm just going to keep the side, to be honest. It's tempting to bring in someone like Luis Alberto, but he doesn't really play, it doesn't really fit into this sort of formation. I'm actually tempted maybe to go 4-3-3 attack instead, just so he does fit into the formation. Drop Lucas Leiva and then stick him at central attack in mid. I think that could be better for us. Joe Allen and Henderson now partnering in midfield. And other than that, I think that's the team we have to go with. Glenn Johnson at left back isn't ideal, but we'll go with it anyway. Daniel Sturridge on the bench. We've also got Aspas as well. It could be quite a good addition for us if we need him. So let's go with this team. Hopefully get ourselves a good victory. I think we'll go with this side. It's tempting to put Smith on the bench instead. I think we will do that actually just for the pace at left back. Let's see how we get on anyway. Hopefully get ourselves an FA Cup victory against Arsenal. Yeah, we'll take a look at all the stats and everything after this game against Arsenal, just to kind of see who's the top goal scorer, that sort of thing. Didn't do very well in the league, didn't manage to win the league title as we'd hoped to try and do, obviously, in this experiment, but we have got ourselves a final against Arsenal, so we can redeem ourselves a little bit if we win here. Okay, so yeah, on to this game. Suarez obviously back for Liverpool now. He has obviously been for the whole season, but our first opportunity for us to be able to play with him here. So I'm excited to see how we get on. Obviously, going to be a little bit interesting with such a changed team, such a different team to what I'm used to playing with anyway, with obviously the usual Liverpool side. So we'll wait to see who Arsenal have signed. Maybe they've brought in some players, maybe not. We'll wait and find out. They usually make one decent signing, but I can't see anybody standing out just yet. So we'll wait and see anyway. I'm hoping though we can get ourselves a victory here and try and win a cup to end this season on. Jordan Henderson going to foul out to Raheem Sterling. Wow, it's so strange Sterling being at Liverpool now. It feels like he's been at Man City in it for ages. Got to try and get ourselves off to a good start. Looking forward to playing with Suarez up front as well. That's going to be really good for us. Joe Allen here to try and take a shot. It was blocked early on. Coutinho to deliver in. Suarez at the front post. Suarez connects with it just over the bar and hits the top of the net. Good start to the game though, the opening few minutes. Unluckily for us, we couldn't quite find back of the net with that one. Suarez does well though to beat 2 centre-backs to it. Joe Allen Now over to Jordan Henderson to shoot. Oh, he finds the back of the net, Jordan Henderson. It's a strange shot, did not expect it to go in. 17 minutes in, though, we've taken the lead here against Arsenal. Jordan Henderson, the captain, scores it, and he finds the back of the net really well. Good finish, actually, from him on the edge of the box. Joe Allen just plays it off to him. And again, like I said, I didn't really expect him to score it. I was not anticipating that to go in. It's a bit of a weird shot. It hits it a little bit strange, but Czech couldn't save it. So it goes in. Good strike, and we're in the game 1-0. Off the post, cleared away. Close opportunity there for Arsenal to try and get an equaliser. Suarez coming inside here to Luis Alberto. Now over to Raheem Sterling. Oh, saved. Suarez couldn't quite get there either. Goes over his head, and it was close to a second goal. I'm thinking maybe at half-time to bring in Daniel Sturridge to try and get the Suarez-Sturridge combination going, but I can't remember what formation Liverpool used to play when they did that. I don't know if it was like a 4-4-2 diamond or something. Maybe we need that change a little bit earlier because Arsenal have just equalised there. Great finish. And is it Ozil that gets the goal? It looks like it from the celebration. Good finish actually from him. Picks it up on the edge of the box, and a good little shot into the back of the net. Pass Mignolet, and it's 1-1. Oh my days, what has Mignolet done? Oh, why has he made that look so difficult, Mignolet? It shouldn't have been that difficult. I thought he was just going to save it, came off the post, and it's fallen to the path of Coquelin, who's just put it into an empty net. Arsenal taking the lead just before half-time. Can't believe that. I expected Mignolet to be able to deal with it a little bit better than he did. Obviously he didn't, and it's 2-1 now. Obviously in a difficult position going into half-time. Maybe going to make some changes, I think. Probably going to, like I said before, probably bring on Sturridge, maybe change the formation slightly. Suarez not been massively involved. He is now. It's an equaliser on the stroke of half-time, and Suarez does it. And it's now 2-2. We've managed to level somehow. Just ran up the other end of the pitch and managed to score. Great strike from Suarez. First proper shot I think he's had, to be honest. He's not done too much so far. He's struggled at the moment up against the Arsenal defence. They've got 3 centre-backs playing, I think, as well, which has made things a little bit tricky. But he's dealt with them pretty well there. Drops off a little bit and smashes it home into the back of the net. It's 2-2. Half-time, I think there's definitely some more goals to be scored in the second half, judging by the way that we finished the first half. So 2-2 at the moment. We'll make some changes. I think Daniel Sturridge will be the player to come on. Maybe even some others as well. Not really too sure. We'll wait and decide in a second. Got to make sure that the formation fits everyone. Okay, so we are going to go for a 4-4-2 diamond. And we're going to go Sturridge on. We'll drop Luis Alberto now. We'll take him off. And we'll see how that goes. Coutinho going to play as a centre mid alongside Allen. Not ideal, but we'll go with it for now. Raheem Sterling at centre attacking mid, which I think he has played there before, to be honest. A couple of times, so we're going to try him out there in behind the strikers. Obviously a little bit more sort of central now. We're not going to have many wide players. We're going to be relying on the fullbacks a little bit. We'll wait and see how it goes though. Hopefully we don't get exploited out wide, but we'll wait and find out. Sturridge. Now it's Coutinho who's getting forward. Well, actually, good start to the game. Coutinho into the back post with Suarez, and couldn't quite find the back of the net. It's just wide. Oh no, off the bar. We've got off the hook there. Great opportunity there for Arsenal. I think it was Lacazette that had the opportunity. Hits the bar though. Unable to finish it off, but Sturridge now down the other end. It's a great counter-attack into Suarez. And it's a goal. What a counter-attack that is. That is definitely resembles what Liverpool did in the 2013-14 season. It's Daniel Sturridge and Suarez combining. It's a brilliant counter-attack as well. I think I just hoofed it up. Did I try and clear it, or was it a pass? I'm not even too sure. I can't remember what happened, but we smashed it up the other end of the pitch somehow anyway. Sturridge gets onto the end of it. You can see Sterling trying to really support Sturridge there, but a good ball in. Suarez heads it past Petr Cech, 3-2, and we're back in front. This definitely feels like the Liverpool team of that season. Don't have to defend, you just try and score and basically outscore the opposition. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. Oh, off the post, another good chance. This time cleared away up to Suarez. Really good opportunity actually for Arsenal. Hit the bar and the post now. Aspas and Ibe to come on. We'll take off Joe Allen and Coutinho now and bring on some fresh legs. Obviously they're still playing well out of position, but we're going to go with it anyway as part of the 4-4-2 diamond which we've been playing, and it has seemed to work pretty well for us at the moment. I'm just hoping that midfield's still nicely balanced once those guys come on. Obviously plenty of pace going on in midfield. That should help us massively. It's just whether we have the ability to break up the ball as we had before. Sturridge over to Raheem Sterling. Sterling running through. It's a great chance. Can we make it 4? Raheem Sterling. Oh no, wow. How has that even happened? Smashes the bar. 1-on-1 with the keeper. Should do so much better. Should manage to secure the victory for us as well, but he hasn't managed to get the 4th goal. Great chance. Suarez holds it up really well. Actually gets fouled there by Kolasinac, and unlucky for us not to add to the scoreline. Sterling over to Daniel Sturridge again. He's still got plenty of energy left in him. He's trying to pick out Suarez maybe for another cross into the middle. Suarez beats his man to it. The Czech saves this time though. And another good combination between those two up front. Unfortunately though, not quite able to score it this time. Well played. Suarez wins it back. That's really good. Can Suarez now set up Sturridge? Sturridge! Oh, wide. Had to hit it first time. It's getting closed down. It's got to be it. It is. We've won the game 3-2. Good victory for us. Wins us the FA Cup here to end the season on. I really enjoyed actually playing with this team. It was good to obviously have Suarez and Sturridge in the second half playing together. Sterling also supporting. That's a really good bit of link-up play between that front three. Nice to have Sterling just in behind the two strikers. Yeah, overall, good performance. Very much felt like we were playing with the Liverpool team of the 2013-14 season. The way that we had to counter-attack a lot of the time, tried to outscore the opposition, didn't really care about defending, didn't really have very good defenders. And so, yeah, pretty impressed with how we got on, actually. Now an opportunity for us to lift the FA Cup trophy. It'll be obviously Jordan Henderson to lift it. It's a shame we didn't have Gerrard on here, but you know, obviously he's retired now, so unfortunately couldn't quite have him in the game, but it would have been nice to have had him in that squad to try and win a trophy in the final season. It would have been nice to try and win the Premier League as well. We didn't quite have squad depth, but like I say, you know, I think we did pretty well considering the team that we actually had for the whole season. We managed to compete in the FA Cup and win it ultimately in the end as well. So yeah, good game in this match for us. Beat Arsenal. For very, very happy actually with that result. It's Jordan Henderson to lift the trophy, and there we have it. We've won the FA Cup. Suarez at the side of him there, along with Daniel Sturridge and the rest of the squad. And yeah, let's take a look now at some of the stats throughout the whole season, see how we got on individually, see the growth of the players or the decline of the players in some case as well. And let's move on from the trophy celebrations. Okay, so we obviously know we finished 8th in the league. We'll take a look now at the top goal scorers. Doesn't seem like that we have Coutinho up there anymore. Suarez actually finished as our highest top goal scorer on 13 goals. So obviously, I think scored 5 that meant in the final games of the season. So not fantastic. Coutinho slipped down to 16th, getting 12 goals. Do we still have Raheem Sterling there? No, he dropped off a little bit. Didn't manage to get in the top 25 in the end. So just those two. In terms of our assisting, Jordan Henderson maybe? Anyone? Oh, I'm not going to have anyone in the top 25. Wow. That tells you a lot about our ability to score goals. Not great. All we spread the assists around the team. But yeah, a little bit frustrating for us. We'll take a look now at clean sheets as well. Mignolet, 8th position, very much the position we were in the league table as well, with 7 clean sheets in 38 games. When you put it like that, that is dreadful. Now let's take a look at the overall changes throughout the season, and then that will be it for today's video. So we do have Mignolet staying the same. We got Brad Jones going down 2. I didn't realise he was 36, Brad Jones. I thought he was much younger than that for some reason. We've got George, the guy that we may or may not have signed. I don't know. I think he might have been out on loan. I'm thinking he might have been out on loan. He went up 3 overalls anyway. We had Ward go up 2. Moses went up 1. Glenn Johnson down by 2. Kelly up by 1. Flanagan also up by 1 as well. Randall, who was out on loan at Hearts and still is, he goes up by 3. Skirtle down 1, obviously due to age. Saka up 1 actually, which is pretty good. We've got up 2 for Smith. Sissoko, they go down by 1. Jordan Henderson up by 1. Lucas Leiva remained the same, surprisingly. We had Williams go up by 2. We had guy that we have on loan, Pedro, go up by 2. Jordan Knight went up by 1. Joe Allen up by 1. Kent up by 2. Ojo up by 3 as well. Luis Alberto, who we obviously played with a little bit in that game, went up by 2. Textera, who didn't have a chance to play with, unfortunately, he went up by 2. Raheem Sterling up by 2. Aspas down by 1. Leonard up by 2. We had Gomez up by 3. Not too sure who these guys are, to be honest. Origi was out on loan, up by 2. Sinclair up by 3. Daniel Sturridge remained the same. Suarez went down by 1, obviously again down to his age, I'd imagine. And Coutinho went up by 1 as well this season. So no sort of outstanding growth. I was maybe expecting Raheem Sterling to have gone up a little bit more, but it is just one season. It's just by a couple of overall points, if there was much growth, to be honest, in this team. So overall, obviously good to get the trophy. We're disappointed not to do better in the league, 8th position, but obviously it's very, very tough to compete with the sort of squads that we were competing with, much larger squads than the ones that we had. I might even get sacked at this rate, to be honest, because I haven't completed many of the objectives, didn't qualify for the Champions League. We didn't manage to finish in the Champions League places, but we obviously won the FA Cup. That was obviously doing better than what our target was, so that might help us out a little bit there. Overall, pretty happy with how we got on though, but just a little bit disappointed about the league performance. An interesting experiment though, obviously enjoyed to play with the players that we had out, obviously the team from the 2013-14 season. Disappointed not to have Kodo Torre or obviously Steven Gerrard, but those guys obviously retired in the last couple of years, so that meant we didn't have them in the squad. But that's everything for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, then don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe as well, I'd really appreciate it. We're trying to hit 100 likes on today's video and also trying to hit 15,000 subscribers as well, hopefully in the next few days. And don't forget you can watch the other video as well, which I did, which was another experiment video recently as well. That was the Manchester City video, and that was using the Manchester City squad of the 2011-2012 season when they won the league title, and see whether that could actually, whether they could win the league title with them again. Don't forget you can also follow me on Twitter as well, at GameFaceHD, and on Instagram, GameFaceHD as well. And that is everything for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.